All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on our beautiful new earth, and welcome. Welcome to our powerful gateway of 2025 as we collect our awarenesses for this powerful eclipse season. So, we will be doing a series of 3 sessions. And some of you are on the Patreon membership and you go through doing these moon transmissions regularly. And then some of you are new, joining particularly for the eclipses and equinox that we have this month. So I'll go into a little bit of an introduction of what we will be doing in these sessions. So first off, these eclipses are more or less opening a gateway. So our first one happened last night in the middle of the night for us here on the west coast of Hawaii. And this is the full moon lunar eclipse. And then we will have the equinox coming in on the 20th. I'm just going to look at more exact times for these events. And today we have Mercury going retrograde. So that's adding a little bit of an extra flavor to the energy that is going on right now. So the equinox will be on the 20th, also, at 2 a.m. So, we won't experience that until later on the 20th and the 21st. And then the equinox definitely has a very potent gateway for 3 or 4 days of itself, but it's sitting in between these two eclipses. So there's a lot of portals that are opening up, and portals allow for rapid change, as do eclipses. So they allow us to accelerate our consciousness, to elevate our awareness, to step out of things that are no longer serving us. It can suddenly bring in new things to move us further on our path if we're already pretty aligned, just opening up new chapters very swiftly. And we want to be in alignment to receive that. And in addition to this, we are allowing ourselves to connect with the energies more deeply, just to allow any deeper healing that may be occurring within. So, this just may be a shift of how you are functioning day to day, right? Maybe there's a lot of negative thoughts going on, and that's been going on for a long time. It's an old pattern. And when you go through the healing of the eclipses, you suddenly are a new person where your mind is clear and calm, and there's more stillness and peace and just awareness. So the eclipse can function on many different levels. And when we do the meditation and the transmission in Akashic Enlightenment, we're allowing the highest frequencies to come in to bring us whatever alignment is aligned for us at that time. So you could listen to these at a later time and it could have a different effect as well. So we're always with the most present time with these transmissions. Now, there is also the aspect of it's going to affect each soul differently. So you never want to compare how the eclipses or the sessions that we're doing are affecting other souls. Okay. And, we may have smaller groups live this time and then more next time. There's a lot of people doing replays as well. But if there's any sharing that we do at the end of the sessions, you never want to compare. Even if you're doing, the replays, you don't want to compare because each soul is on its own path and trajectory, and you're going to receive whatever you need for your present alignment and soul evolution. So, whatever you receive is perfect for where you are at this present time, and just allow that to settle in. And, these eclipses, they can last up to 6 months moving forward, right? So this is what's considered the most potent time of all of 2025, which is a very revolutionary year of, you could say, change or shifting, right? Transformation. Okay, so again, it may be internal, and then the material world will reflect that later on. So there really is not sometimes there's not an immediate situation that happens. Okay, sometimes people are expecting that, but it may just be the catalyst to begin to move you forward on this new frequency. Okay, so you can call this receiving DNA activation, consciousness activation, cellular upgrades. There's lots of different terminology for this. And we'll be in Akashic Enlightenment, the Akashic Enlightenment field. You're welcome to open your own Akashic Enlightenment if you have the Akashic Enlightenment prayer. And then I will take us dimensionally to the Temple of Light. And the Temple of Light is a dimensional space that I connected to I think it was in the end of 2021 was the first time when I went down to Encinitas to the self-realization temple and meditation gardens there. I was guided to go there. Yogananda used to teach there, so the energy is very potent. There is a vortex there as well that the temple and the gardens just activate. But through that process, I was guided into this higher dimensional space called the Temple of Light. So that's where we'll go to meet. Most commonly, I meet with the Elohim for these transmissions, as well as the Ascended Masters can also be there, or they are there, but it just depends on who's called to act with us and to connect with us at that time. Archangel Michael also usually plays a large role in these transitionary times. Yeah, I can start to feel the energy coming in now as soon as I said his name. And, that he can also come in as part of, he's kind of looking after us over this next, not just decade, but cycle of life that humanity is going through and helping humanity shift into this higher level of being. So you could say he is the global Earth ascension guide that is helping us. And, he's known as one of the archangels. Oftentimes they're also called the guardian angelics. And, they're the ones that really help to see the consciousness of Earth as well as the Elohim, or working with the Elohim. And the Elohim help with adjusting our divine blueprint and coming into a not just a more aligned self, but a upgraded self as well. And they commonly work in what we call a fifth dimensional consciousness, which is where these frequencies take place. But we will be in the Akashic Enlightenment field, which goes all the way up to pure ascended enlightenment density, as well as the Temple of Light, which is a very high frequency dimensional space that I won't try to label. It's a level of consciousness. We'll just enjoy it. All right. So we'll go ahead and start our session. And you can open your own Akashic Enlightenment, like I said, so you can start doing that now. And you want to make sure that you're either seated or laying down. Okay. And make sure that your spine is straight so the energy can flow. And if you feel any resistance and you're in a meditation pose with the legs crossed, then I'd say sit with the arms and legs uncrossed just to let the energy flow more smoothly. All right. So again, we'll be starting with a 10-minute meditation, which I call the Akashic Enlightenment Daily Meditation. And this just helps build the energy centers to receive more of what we're going to receive in the transmission. And this meditation can be used daily, as it's called. If you want to, moving forward, you can use this as a regular meditation as part of your daily practice. All right. And I'll chop up the recording so it's easily accessible. Okay. All right. So I'll give you a minute to open your Akashic Enlightenment. I'll start opening the space for the meditation, and then we'll go forward with the meditation.